Hey, it's Bathed in Blood again, here with a Sony Tablet S kind of review. We've already unboxed it and we've already used it. I just wanted to make sure that if I end up taking this back, that I have done a review on it at least for y'all. That way, if you guys want to get one, you'll know if it's good or not. But basically, this is Sony's first tablet. There is another tablet by Sony. I'm not sure if that one came after this or before it, but relatively this is their first tablet. And on the bottom here it says PlayStation ready. And it cost about $500, probably $499 normally. But I got it for $200 on kind of a clearance. And it was actually for my wife for an anniversary present. But we'll see if we're going to keep it or not. She really doesn't like it just because it's not easy for her to use. And that's kind of the theme right there of the tablet overall. That's what you see when you first boot it up. Kind of like some animation of that. Pretty plain box. The boxing of this thing really didn't come with much. Let me crank it open for you real quick. Comes with a little strap. This thing right here, it's just basically something to tie onto it, kind of like a wrist strap. And it came with this little piece of instruction, which isn't much. Basically some quick setup stuff and then a quick start guide. And this is literally all that was in the box. And we're talking about a couple pages of a quick start guide too. This isn't even, there's nothing in it. I mean, what is that? So pretty much pointless paperwork, a wrist strap you'll probably never freaking use. But this is the 32 gigabyte model. I'm pretty sure, yeah. And came out in 2011, September, October, something like that. So here's the actual size of the tablet back in its cellophane wrapper. Here's the back of it. I'm trying to do this review from like a side, kind of hard to frame it. Let me take it out real quick and kind of show you guys what's going on with this thing. If I do end up taking it back, I should probably wipe it. But fingerprints on this thing, I mean, talk about fingerprints. Let me see if I can get it right in that angle. Yeah, you can kind of see it right there. Pretty crapped out with the fingerprints. Now the iPad gets just as bad, but this thing in my opinion gets a little bit worse. There's the camera right there on the top, and then on the back there's the camera right here. If you can see that. Where am I on the camera? See that right there? And then the back has like a quality to it that's kind of like a texture. I almost thought it was like a touch screen thing at first, kind of like the Vita, where you can move stuff around. That'd be really cool if they did that on the tablet. But yeah, it's got a good texture to it. And here's the design. It's kind of like a notepad, kind of a weird shape. And as you can see, that light right there, you can't even see that light unless it's on. Let you know that there's email or a message or it's charging, stuff like that. Sony logo right there. Man, this is hard to do from a side view. Come on, frame. And get the lighting just right too, because I'm kind of out of the light. Like the light's back here, kind of like, I don't know, I'm weird. So on the sides there is your volume right here, and then your power button. And then on the other side, hidden away right here, is where your card reader is. And I think it's the mini USB as well. So that tucks away very nicely, very easy to take off. And then you got your headphone jack right there. And then their proprietary plug-in right here, which we didn't even put back in the box, but yeah, that's the plug that it uses. Kind of a crazy little design there. Obviously Sony had to do that. And if we kick it on, You can kind of see how long it takes there. And the screen has to catch up. So this is a moving background that my wife put on, and of course it went dim already, which slows it down a lot. I mean, look at this lag. But that really doesn't matter to me. You know, as long as it operates normal and the actual operation of the device, that's all I care about. So that lag right there doesn't really mean anything. This screen size and resolution to me is not bad. I mean, for 200 bucks, and it's normally 500 for this model, that's a great deal that we got. And we're only taking it back because I wanted to get it for her, and if it doesn't work for her, then why keep it, right? But it's just the software running on the Android Honeycomb operating system that really gets her. She doesn't like Android OSs. We've been using Apple, you know, forever, and it's just so easy to use, and she can watch her TV shows on it. This thing doesn't have those apps like that does, and it really is, you know, something for her and not me. Otherwise, I would keep it and use it for myself. But you got your time down here, your battery charge, your Wi-Fi, notifications, and then you got if you have mail and stuff like that. Right there in the corner. In the middle, you have your little pop-up menu you can click. Kind of gives you like your remote control, calendar, or like your calculator, and then your browser, and then the remote control. And I find the remote control to be very useful on this thing. Basically, you can select between your Blu-ray player, your TV, you know, anything that we have a lot of stuff actually hooked up on this. If we maximize it, brings up the full remote control, and got Blu-ray player, AV receiver, you know, TVs, all that kind of stuff. And then you can go to advanced controls. I find this stuff to be very useful because I've walked into every room in this house, pointed this thing at it, set it up real quick, and it has worked on everything. There hasn't been a problem with anything that I've plugged it into. So it's very good for a remote control. iPad doesn't do that. And then your navigations are over here. You know, go back, home, and then to bring up the menu. Of course, it's not going to bring up. Let's go back. Oh, there's nothing to bring up. There's nothing working in the background, I guess. And then up here you have your notification bars as well, or your little quick links for your mail, you know, Gmail, stuff like that. And then your Google, if you click that, it'll go to the search and bring up the search. And then over here you can look at your apps for those that are familiar with this OS, and then all of your widgets and stuff like that, and back to the home screen. So, you know, it works pretty good, and we got an animated background running right now of birds and sunset and stuff like that. But it's very light. I mean, this thing is the lightest type of tablet I've used, and it just sits in your hand very well if you're going to carry it like this with that design, or even if you're going to carry it like this. I mean, it just fits right in your hand, nice and perfect right there, nice and snug. And this part right here feels like an iPad, but it's like plasticky, it's not metal. And then your portrait mode, like that. Sound is great. It's got stereo sound, so it comes out of both sides of the bottom instead of one like the iPad does. And it stays charged for quite a while. I would say, for what I do, probably like 5 hours, 6 hours. So overall, nice tablet, not too bad. You guys make your decision. Let me know what kind of tablets you use and how much you paid for them.